Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome. We'll start in a minute or two. Yeah, we'll start shortly. Okay, so hello. Welcome to the third and the final session of Android Study Jams. And I hope you guys are, solving the units, practicing all the units of study jams. If you have some doubts, please feel free to interact in the WhatsApp group or whatever. You can also message me, and maybe WhatsApp group would be a good option because everyone there would also engage in the discussion. And okay, so let's get started with today's session. Before that, I hope everyone had a great Christmas evening. And winters in Ahmedabad are there just for 20-25 days, but those winters, man, I enjoy them thoroughly. And talking about Christmas, talking about winters, New Year is approaching, right? In just a week, we'll enter 2022, and again we'll have these long list of New Year goals, this, that, and a lot of fad, or I mean a lot of, I wouldn't say fad, but a lot of things that we would love to do in the next year. And for me personally, one thing that I would really love to do or love to be is to always stay positive. I mean, always stay positive in all the situations. And I think affirmations are something that are gonna help a lot in that. So today what we are going to do is that we are going to build a affirmations app. So we're going to build a scrollable affirmations app where different affirmations would be displayed along with soothing images. So I think, yeah, that would be really fun. And today we're going to dive a little deep from what we did last time. We learned about simple layouts. Today we are going to dive deep. We are going to make different classes. We're going to connect them together. We're going to have some data, and we're going to make different UI XML files, which we never did. So that is something we're gonna do. And sadly, we won't be able to dive a lot into architecture components. And per se, will touch navigation also just a little. But don't worry, all that is there in your unit. So if you want to earn a certificate for Android Study Jams, and if you actually just want to learn Android development, go through all the 6 units, solve them. You'll have fun. More than anything, you'll have fun, and there is something that is definitely you will take away and you'll learn. Okay, yeah. So without wasting any further time, let's get on and let's start building our app. So okay, so first, before we start building our app, just a second. Open Kotlin Playground, because I'll share the link of the playground. Okay, so I'll share the link in the chat. There you go. So this is the link to the playground. Let's first learn some Kotlin, or I wouldn't say learn, experiment and see what more Kotlin has to offer, right? So I said, right, we're going to make an affirmations app. For that, we're going to need some data, right? And we're going to need some data. So how are we going to handle that data? Well, obviously, we are not going to connect a database such as SQL or something like that, and make it really complex. We're going to just have simple data that we are going to use, and for that, simple static fixed given data. So there is no need of an existing database such as SQL or something like that. So we're going to use arrays, right? Or in simple programming terms, you're going to use a data structure called array, which essentially helps you store some data, whatever that might be, in the form of an integer, in the form of string, or so on and so forth, right? And let's look at that. So in Kotlin, you don't call it arrays, it's called lists. And there is also not a wise comparison to compare arrays as lists, and vice versa. I just told arrays so that there is an umbrella that you can look at and understand under the umbrella. So just on a very ऊपर के basis, आप लोगों को समझ आएगा कि what lists are. And these are also not exactly the same list जो Python में होते हैं. Python में भी we have list, dictionary, sets, so on and so forth. So well, obviously a lot of things are similar, but I wouldn't say that we should directly compare them. So okay, let's look at that. So whenever we write Kotlin, you remember the very first thing that we do is we have a main function. Okay, so there I go. I have my main function. Now I want some lists. I want to add some numbers, right? So I'll create a variable and I'll write numbers, and I'll write list of. So this is the syntax of declaring a list. So you say list of, that is what you do for that. And now you just make sure you add in the numbers, right? So let me randomly add numbers 1, 4, 9, 8, 6, 7, 4, 2, 3. There we go. Now I want to print the array. I want to see that whatever numbers that I've stored, I want to print it and see. So simple, what you'll do, print ln, not ln, sorry, print ln, and in that you write my numbers are. And if you remember that how do I print a variable, right? So in Kotlin, you print a variable $, curly brackets, and between those brackets, you write the variable name. So there I've written the variable name. Now if I run it, there, so it displays my numbers are, and it will display a square bracket with all the numbers in my array or list. Right now, Kotlin also like STL, or I don't know if you have used C++ STL. If not, don't worry. But let's say I want to sort these numbers, right? I want to use these numbers for some application. I want to sort them. मेरे को ऐसे random order में नहीं चाहिए. मैं कहूँगा I want them sorted. So Kotlin also provides an inbuilt function for that. So उसके लिए मैं एक नया variable define करता हूँ sort, right? Or I would say sorted numbers, right? And the way to sort them is numbers को मेरे को sort करना है. So I'll write numbers dot sorted. So they have this, okay, I think the spelling is wrong. Yeah, dot sorted. So they have this inbuilt function called dot sorted, and what it does, that it sorts the lists in ascending order. Well, obviously, if you dive deep, there are a lot of ways to also sort that in descending order, so on and so forth. But just for the sake of example, let's look at the simple function sorted, and what it does is that it sorts everything in ascending order. Now I want to see, right, what ki number sort हुए कि नहीं हुए. So I'll just print it. What I'll write, print ln, and I'll write the sorted numbers are. And how do I print a variable? Is that $, and the variable's name, sorted numbers. There. See, so now you have all the numbers sorted. Now notice carefully, everything is done in ascending order. So whatever numbers I had in my list were sorted ascending. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And that's it. So I hope you get a basic fair idea of what lists are. Basically, they are like arrays in Kotlin. And why are we learning this, or why are we coming across this? Because as I said, right, today we have some data, we have some affirmations that I want to read every day, right? The new year starts, I want to be positive, I want to be happy. So there are some affirmations that I want to read, such as I'm strong, I'll always feel happy, so on and so forth. The affirmations that would motivate me to do better, right? So I'll obviously have to store them everywhere, right? I cannot just print. That is a bad way of writing code, or that is a bad way of building an app, where आप लोग कह सकते हो कि आत्मा ने स्टोर और क्या करना है, काम करते हैं, एफर्मेशंस है ना, उनको सबको प्रिंट करा देते हैं. बट सिर्फ प्रिंट कराने से नंबर 1, it's a bad way of writing code. Number 2, it's a bad way of building an app. And number 3 is that फिर you won't be able to do much with that, right? Let's say I want to style it. Let's say I want to make it a little thicker, make it a little bold. I want to center it. I want to add different colors. So now that is something that would become very, very difficult to do if I just statically print all the affirmations everywhere. So that's why we'll have to store them in lists and do a lot of things which we'll look at in today's session. So now there is also this thing called maps that Kotlin has, and some of you might have heard of maps, some of you not. So maps are essentially used to pair data. So I have made some notes like I do for every session. I'll share them right after the session. So I'll just show my notes now, and I'll show you what map is basically, right? So a map is just useful when you have pairs of data, and you can basically then identify each subset based on a certain key. So if I have flowers, then I can map that flowers wala class or data to daisy, to sunflower, to rose, etc, 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 right? I could do so on and so forth in very, very simple sense. This is what a map would be. Now, for example, I want to code a map, right? Let me just pull this away, and okay, let's code a map, and let's connect edges. So where was it? This is extra, right? Yeah. So I'll remove this, and so I'll say that, okay, so I want to look at edges, and I want to connect them with certain names and ages. I want to connect ages with names. I want to do a lot with it. So I'll write mutable map of string to int, and okay, wow. Now what was this? This was something heavy, right? This was something yeah, in a sense, yeah, that's why I said, right, in a sense it would be it is something like dictionaries, but obviously, as I said, that a direct comparison would not be wise according to me, right? There are a lot of similarities. It might happen that there are it is 95% similar, but I think that a direct comparison is not wise. But yeah, in terms of Python, it's like dictionaries. That's true, right? So the lists are like dictionaries in a sense. So okay, now coming back to maps, and so now मैंने maps करके कुछ declare तो कर दिया. What is this mutable map of? That is a way of declaring map in Kotlin. Now what does mutable mean? Mutable means that basically this map can later be updated, right? Generally what happens with the list is that you cannot update it afterwards, right? Jesse, I declared an array with certain numbers. I cannot update a certain position afterwards, or there's a very lengthy process to do that, and sometimes your code might face a lot of errors. And when you're doing that to build an app, it is very tedious task. So, but yeah, mutable maps can be updated. So, for example, I have written string, comma int, which is my way of telling Kotlin कि Kotlin सुन, मेरे को क्या करना है कि मेरे को स्ट्रिंग जो नाम है उसको मेरे को किसी सर्टन से किसी एज से कनेक्ट करना है, राइट? सो मैं पहला नाम I'll declare Atman, and I'll write 220. That's my age, right? 220, comma. I want one more, एक से ही नहीं. So the next thing I'll do is that I'll write, say, Tim, and I want to say that his age is 45. There. Now अगर मेरे को प्रिंट करके देखना है, so I'll do it straight forward. कैसे करते थे? If you remember, print ln $, curly brackets, और फिर वेरिएबल का नाम. And I think I have to do that. Let's see. Let's run it and check. There we go. So I have a map listed which says कि Atman is 20 and Tim is 45. अब you would say कि Atman, तूने तो बोला था कि ये append हो सकता है और ये तो mutable है, that means you can change it. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, अपने change कर सकते हैं उसको. So अगर मेरे को उसको change करना है, so let's say मेरे को Atman का age change करना है. I want to change the age of Atman. So what I'll do कि इस जो I'll write the map's name. What is it? The variable is called ages, right? And I'll say कि इसमें Atman करके जो है, you make sure that he becomes 55, an old man, right? He becomes an old man. So now if I run it, okay, sorry, I'll have to print it again, ना? So अब मैं ages को नीचे, okay, मैं एक बार ये भी ages को print करा देता हूँ, और वापस नीचे भी मैं just print करा देता हूँ. let's see. So initially Atman was 20 and then he became 55, so on and so forth. Yeah, so we'll look at this a lot today in building the app, and we'll do a lot of things. So not taking up much time here, let's quickly move on to building the app. So let me close this. So I have a folder here called in Android Studio Jam session 3, where today we'll build our app. So what I want to do is first open your Android Studio. I already had some code running, so this is what something would open up, but now I want to make a new project, right? So I'll click on new project, जो हर बार अपने करते हैं वो. Select empty activity. Why empty activity? Because it gives us a boilerplate code of empty activity. There is a lot we could select. Basic activity, maps activity, but अपने को वो नहीं चाहिए. We want empty activity where we could do things according to our pace. जहाँ पे कुछ basic बना के दे देते हैं, right? Okay, fair enough, cool. So select empty activity, click next. Once you click next, अभी अपने को affirmations का app बनाना है ना. I'll just make sure that I'm not typing in the spelling wrong. So I've written the spelling, I'll just copy it. And yeah, so I have named it affirmations. I've named the app affirmations. So make sure you do that. फिर नीचे उसके नीचे package name करके कुछ लिखा हुआ आ जाएगा, which says com.example.affirmations, which is just a way of Android Studio telling कि ये जो पैकेज है ना, इसमें सारा तेरा affirmations ऐप का कोड होगा, और इस पैकेज से मैं समझूंगा कि इस ऐप में क्या क्या हो रहा है, और उस हिसाब से मैं आउटपुट दूंगा, और उस हिसाब से I'll do things. Is Android Studio Jam, Android Studio is just telling us that, right? Now I want to save it somewhere. So I'll go to Android Study Jams, I'll go to session 3, and I'll save it in session 3, right? Wherever you want to save it, you save it as per your preference and need. Make sure that the language is selected Kotlin. Why? Because we are coding Kotlin. The Android Studio Jams is in Kotlin. And make sure that you have a minimum SDK selected. Well, if you have an exceptional processor and a very, very good RAM, then you can select other SDKs, but still I would prefer you select the minimum SDK, as that would take up the minimum RAM, and generally it doesn't matter much. मतलब होता है चलता है वैसा वाला scene है. And then make sure कि this box is unchecked. That is very important because we are using the minimum SDK, so इसलिए this box should be unchecked, right? Okay, and now click finish. Right, so it'll take a minute or two to load, depending from computer to computer, and I understand कि Zoom bhi chal raha hai, so sometimes it might take a minute or two more. So okay, I'll just now close my old one. This is no needed. Yeah, and I'll wait for a minute so that everything loads, and you guys also load your Android Studio by then, right? So until now, any doubts, any thing that you would wish to ask, or anything that you would want to add or say कि Atman, this is where I think you went wrong, यहाँ पे ये ऐसा होना चाहिए था. And please feel free to stop me session के बीच में कि कहाँ पे अगर मेरे से कोई गलती हो रही है, या you would like to share something that you would like to say कि यहाँ पे ऐसा हो सकता है. So please feel free to stop me, और अपने फिर वहाँ से we'll have a discussion, right? Right, okay, cool. So let's get started now. Mera Android Studio now is open, all the Gradle is built, सारे process हो गए. Basically now my Android Studio is ready for coding, right? जैसे हर सेशन में मैं बोलता हूँ, इस बार मैं बोल दूंगा कि when ऐसा Android Studio खुलता है, there are two sections. एक section में जहाँ कोड लिखने की जगह मिल रही है, so that's obviously the code editor where you type in code and do things, and on the left hand side you can see the entire project जहाँ पे आपकी सारी files है, right? There are a lot of files in resources, in this, that, and this, that, right? So there are a lot of files. So the first thing that I want to do is that I'll pull up my notes and I'll show you guys. ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ affirmations लिख रखे, right? I am strong, I believe in myself, I have so much to be grateful for, right? These are positive affirmations that I want to stay in my mind once the new year starts, right? So the very first thing that I'll have to do is that I will have to put these affirmations somewhere. First job, ये affirmations है, मेरे को उनको put करना है. तो remember, जहाँ पे अपने को एक certain text define करना होता था, या एक variable में एक text pass करना होता था, अपने values में जाके string.xml file में we used to define and do everything. right? We used to define and do everything in the string.xml file. Now, why in the string.xml file? Number one thing, the string.xml file is the place जहां पे आप आपके ऐप के सारे strings store कर सकते हो. अब उनको store करने का need क्यों आता है? Why? Because you store them as a form of variable, as a form of an ID. So आपको ऐप में उनको कहीं भी रेफर करना है ना, you will now have to just write the ID. So इससे होता क्या है? नंबर वन थिंग, आपकी कोड में कम एरर्स आते हैं, राइट? बिकॉज अब मान ले आई एम स्ट्रॉन्ग करके एफर्मेशन है और मेरे को उसको मल्टीपल जगहों पे लिखना है हर बार आई वोंट डू दैट, राइट? एंड यू माइट से कि आत्मन फिर उसी फाइल में एक वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर कर देना, बट नहीं. व्हाट इफ यू हैव मल्टीपल फाइल्स? दिस इज समथिंग दैट विल लुक इनटू टुडे, राइट? सो strings.xml इज अ गुड प्लेस टू डिफाइन एवरीथिंग, राइट? सो आई विल से ओके, एक स्ट्रिंग डिफाइन कर देते हैं, राइट? और उसका नाम रखते हैं, सो आई एम स्ट्रॉन्ग मेरे को पहले रखना है, तो उसका मैं आईडी उसको मैं दे देता हूँ. ओके, आई थिंक, राइट. सो आई विल गिव इट एन आईडी दैट दिस इज माय फर्स्ट एफर्मेशन. सो दिस इज माय एफर्मेशन 1. मैंने उसको आईडी दे दी एंड इसमें मेरे को क्या लिखा हुआ आना चाहिए? आई एम स्ट्रॉन्ग, right? So on and so forth. I have 10 affirmations for myself. Now I'll do the same thing for that. So I have the code with me, so I'll just paste it here so that we save some time. So यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया, 10 affirmation थे मेरे पास, and उन 10 के 10 के लिए why is everything written in in angular brackets? So this is something that we're writing in a language called XML, right? As you can see, this file is saved strings.xml, right? So as I told you, right, Android Studio helps you also write the front end and also write the back end. So Kotlin is where we write the back end, where if we tell our app to interact, to understand कि जैसे एक ऐप है उसमें मैंने एक बटन डाल रखा है, तो अगर मैं उस बटन को क्लिक करूंगा तो कुछ होना चाहिए ना. So with the help of Kotlin, जो अपने को करवाना है उस बटन से, we'll write that. And with the help of XML, उस बटन को क्या करना है, उस बटन को कहाँ रहना है, how the button should be positioned, we do that. So XML, if you have heard of HTML, it is also a scripting language as HTML, but I wouldn't, there is no direct comparison, and it is the syntax of XML to make sure that you write everything in Angular brackets. I hope that. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's why I've started, I've declared a variable and then I'm closing it. That's just way of telling XML सुन, मेरे को एक ये एक ID चाहिए और उसमें मेरे को एक टेक्स्ट चाहिए, तो मैं वो ID डिक्लेयर कर देता हूँ, टेक्स्ट डाल देता हूँ, बंद कर ID, खत्म, तेरा काम खत्म. Next, now moving to the next one, right? So ऐसा है. So okay, now we have all our affirmations ready, right? Now the next thing that we'd like to do is that we'd like to make a model. Right now, what is model? And this is a new word, right? We haven't sort of looked at models and packages in earlier sessions. So what happens is that when I'm building an app on a very large scale, or I'm not even on a large scale, forget about large scale, I have an app with a lot of functionalities, right? I have an app that has to do a lot of things. So it is unreasonable and for me to write everything in one file. And I know, just imagine something like Google, right? You wouldn't code Google in a single line, right? अगर single page में करने जाएंगे, that's number one, is a very, very bad way of writing code. Forget about Google. If I want to just make a simple app of affirmations, that's a bad way of writing code, right? Why? Because your code is not properly, I forgot the word, but in a sense, it is not clean, right? The computer will take a lot of tough time understanding ki ho kya raha hai. I told you, right, computers are dumb. They don't understand everything. We have to tell them everything step by step. So now I'm going to make a thing called packages, right? Stay with me for 5-10 minutes. I'll create something and then I'll explain why did I do that and what was its necessary. So Java में जाके यहाँ पे com.example.affirmations दिख रहा है ना, ये जो है ना, ये अपना मेन पैकेज है. दिस इज अ वे ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो को. ये इस पैकेज से ये समझ आता है कि मेजर कोड यहाँ से रेफर हो रहा है, राइट? तो मैं उसमें है ना, आई विल मेक अ न्यू पैकेज, राइट? I'll click on this, I'll click right click, I'll click new, and I'll click a new package. As you can see, there's a thing called package here. I'll click that and I'll write it as model. Okay. Okay, what was it? I'll come back. Why did I write model? What is model? And so now I've made a package, right? Called model. Basically, I'm now telling Android Studio कि मेरे app के जितने भी models होंगे ना should be in this package. Models essentially mean that whatever you want your app to have. Let's say if I was building a website, right? Let's say if I was building a website, right? And in a website, there was a model that there are users, there are multiple users, and I wouldn't say use the term users, but there are a lot of things that I want the app to do, right? So one of that would be my model. So now talking specifically about the affirmations app, right? So we want affirmations, right? For that, what we want text and we want an image, a soothing image and text. So this model, I'll tell model कि model सुन, मेरे को ना दो चीजें चाहिए, मेरे को एक text चाहिए, मेरे को एक image चाहिए. So in model, what essentially I'll do is that I'll just tell it कि मेरे को एक text का model चाहिए and मेरे को एक image का model चाहिए. What this helps is that it helps you in writing a lot of modular code. Modular meaning that when things increase, things don't get messy in a sense, right? And once we look at it, we'll get a better clarity. But I hope you're clear on model. And if I've done any mistake, guys, feel free to pitch in. I mean, the Kavan Monish and when if I've told something wrong about models in general, right? Feel free to pitch in. Right. So now I've created model, but उस model में कुछ होना चाहिए ना, उसमें कुछ file होनी चाहिए ना. So I'll create a file and I'll name it affirmation. Let me make sure I have written the right spelling. Just a second. And right. Yeah, okay, the spelling is right. So, okay, now I've created a model and now it is giving me some error, right? What is it saying in the yellow thing, right? It is saying that it's an empty class body, obviously. So I have nothing in it, right? Now, as I said, I want two things. What is that I want? I want text and I want images, right? So I'll have to tell Android Studio that, okay, there are two things that I want. So what I'll do is that I'll just simply declare a variable here called string resource ID, which is an integer, right? This is my way of telling Android Studio, ki, listen Kotlin, listen Android Studio, right? There are some strings in the string.xml file where I have some text data, right? And I want you to consider that as a model. I want you to consider that as a model. Why? Because I'll be using it there, right? I'll be using it there, right? And if I pull up the exact definition of a model, I think I've written it. Okay, I guess it's missing somewhere, but I'll be make sure to add it in the notes so that you can get back to it. Okay, so I've created one model for the string, cool, which is cool, done, right? Now, what is the next thing that I want to do? The next thing that I want to do is that I want to now load this data. This data is not yet loaded. I have just told Android Studio कि ऐसा data है. मैंने उसको बताया नहीं है कि ये डेटा कहाँ पे है, मैंने उसको बताया नहीं है कि डेटा कैसे यूज करना है, मैंने उसको बस बताया कि डेटा है. Now our job is to tell Android Studio कि ये डेटा कहाँ पे है. So उसके लिए मैं क्या करूंगा, I'll create another package. I'll create another package called data, right? Create another package called data, and in data I'll create a new file, Kotlin file called data source. Right. So now I have a new file, right? Now I have a new file, and so what I'm now telling Android Studio and Kotlin is that Kotlin सुन, मैंने ना एक नया पैकेज बनाया डेटा. तो इस ऐप में मैं जो भी सारा डेटा का हैंडलिंग करूंगा या मैं जो भी सारा डेटा का बैकएंड में कोऑर्डिनेशन करूंगा, I'll do it in this package. और इस पैकेज में ना मैंने एक फाइल बनाया data source.kt, मतलब Kotlin का एक्सटेंशन इज kt, एंड उसमें I'll tell whatever I want to, how I want to play with the data, right? So how do you want to play with the data? Now Kotlin will ask कि तूने तो एक कुछ भी ऐसा खाली क्लास लिख दिया है, So I'll tell, listen, okay, now I want to load all my affirmations. Now I want to do a lot of things with the data. I want to basically load my affirmations. So I'll say, let me create a function. Let me create a function which will load my affirmations, and make sure that the affirmations are loaded. The affirmations are loaded in the form of a list that we talked about just now, arrays, right? और उस data model को कहाँ से refer करो? Refer it from here. Because हमने यहाँ पे एक data model define किया था ना. I know ये थोड़ा complex हो रहा है, थोड़ा it might sound very tricky, but trust me, once you practice it, once you read it on the units, once you read the documentation, things will get much clear. And I think that is true for a lot of computer programming languages and technologies in general. So it's nothing to panic, right? So it is giving me a lot of error because I haven't done anything, right? मैंने एक function define करके रख दिया है, but उस function में कुछ लिखा नहीं है ना. तो I'll now say कि इस function में what I want you to return is that I want you to return a list of affirmation. I want you to return a list of affirmations. Now, what are those affirmations? Kotlin को भी पता नहीं, Android Studio को पता नहीं अब तक कि affirmations क्या है, right? So मेरे को उसको बताना पड़ेगा कि सुन, ये जो affirmation का एक data model है ना, उसमें I have made a model of referring the string. Why string? Because all my affirmations are stored in the strings, right? So I'll tell it कि ये जो affirmation data model से you do one thing is that you extract the string resource. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. You extract one thing is that you extract all the strings, right? So if you remember in the very first session, if you wanted to extract something and use somewhere, we always have to reference it with ID. That's why हमने ये सब string XML फाइल में लिखा ना. तो यहाँ पे IDs क्या है हर चीज की, affirmation 1, affirmation 2, affirmation 3, so on and so forth. तो बस यहाँ पे मैं बोलूंगा कि जो affirmation data model है उसमें तू जा data model में, और data model के पास क्या है, data model को पता है कि यहाँ पे string के कोई चीज आनी चाहिए, ठीक है. तो मतलब कोटलिन बेसिकली सबसे पहले affirmation के पास जाएगा. affirmation बोलेगा कि यहाँ string का data model है created, तो वो strings के पास जाएगा. strings बोलेगा कि बाबा ये जो है ना, ये सबको अलग अलग आईडीज दे रखे, तेरे को जो एफर्मेशन चाहिए ना, तो उसको उसके आईडी से रेफर कर. मैं बोलूंगा ठीक है, मेरे को कौन सा चाहिए, मेरे को सबसे पहले पहला एफर्मेशन चाहिए, एफर्मेशन 1. ओके, आई थिंक आई हैव गॉट द स्पेलिंग राइट, रॉन्ग. Let me just copy this ID, making sure that okay. It is not able to identify that affirmation. I think I have not imported something, or I'm making a spelling mistake somewhere, right? Okay, anyways, let's see kya error hai. We'll see it आगे क्या error हो रहा है. Now I want to do it same for all the 10 ये. I want to do the same thing for all the 10 affirmations. So what I'll do is that resource ID. So I have it written. I'll just copy paste it for convenience so that we save time. So that okay. So I think I had, okay, there was a small syntax error that I had done. So I had forgotten to sort of write a semicolon, I guess, or something. There was some bracket problem basically due to which this error was arising. So okay, that's done, sorted, good. So now what I've done is that I've told data source कि data source सुन, मेरे को ना 10 affirmations चाहिए, तो इन 10 affirmations को ना इन string IDs से refer कर ले, ठीक है. Data source बोलेगा okay boss, that's done. So right, that's done. Now moving forward, now what we want to do is that now there is this thing called recycle viewer, right? This is where things get a little more complex and we move away from what we did last time, or a bit deeper from what we did last time in layouts, right? I'll pull out an image for you guys to see. So Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Kotlin is case sensitive, like Java. Java is also case sensitive, na? So they both run on the same virtual machine. Basically, the compiler called Java Virtual Machine JVM, and I guess, yeah. So even I must have done some error in maybe that the case sensitivity or some bracket or somewhere. I guess that's the issue. But yeah, I guess Kotlin is case sensitive because basically Kotlin was developed by this company called IntelliJ with the help of Google and Android. And so basically they wanted a language to run Android applications, and Java that time or even today is a very popular language for Android development. That's why they sort of made an extension of that. I mean, not syntax wise, but they run on the same virtual machine called JVM. So moving on, now we want ये तो थोड़ा अपने बैकएंड का देख लिया हमने एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो और कोटलिन को बोल दिया कि मेरे को है ना बॉस ऐसा ऐसा डेटा चाहिए आई वांट दिस आई वांट दैट बट I haven't done anything with the front end ना I have not yet adjusted everything कि where what type of कहाँ पे क्या डेटा मेरे को चाहिए right. So today we are going to use something called recycler view. What is recycler view? Recycler view is basically a container which basically lets you put things nicely, which basically lets you adjust things nicely in very simple sense, right? I don't want to dive very much into complications, but it has view holders, it has adapters which help make your code modular, make your app modular, make it a little bit faster and make it a little bit smooth so that there are no more errors or less errors if you do coding from scratch, right? So okay, so now let's go to the Android underscore main XML file, right? This is the main file where जहाँ पे अपने अपना सारा front end का coding करते हैं, right? And where can you find it? It is always open in the above tab, and if it is not, go to resources, RES, the one I'm toggling, go to layout and click activity underscore main XML, right? Now, oh, sorry. Let me just increase this. So if you remember, the blue part is the blueprint and the white screen is the UI. And now I have no use of hello world, so I'll just delete it, right? I'll just delete it. I'll straight away delete it. And yeah, so after deleting it, I want recycler view, right? मैंने बोला. So recycler view कहाँ पे जाओगे? Left side पे palette करके there is a section. You go to palette, right? Inside palette, you go to containers. As I told you, right? It's a container basically which contains some things in a sense. And you see recycler view, you click it, you drag it, and you drop it on your UI, right? Once you have dropped it, voila, you have your recycler view with you, right? So now the very first thing that you always do whenever you're doing anything is give things IDs. Why? Because that so that you can identify them later with those IDs, right? So I want to go to the right side, and on the top right, you can see ID where I'll be typing the ID. So let's say I'll give the ID recycler underscore view. There we go. So I've given it an ID. So later on I can refer it and oh, okay. I think I've made a mistake. Oh, sorry, I've made a mistake, right? I'll have to delete it because here, why did I delete it? Because here we have constraint layout, right? We don't want constraint layout. We want a thing called frame layout. Now, why do we want frame layout? Because this is an affirmations app and we want affirmations in frames, right? Frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, so on and so forth. Well, constraint layout won't help us in achieving that. So I'll just quickly cut that and I'll type frame. Oh, there we go. I think I had frame layout. And then so basically there's a boilerplate code that you have to write. I have it with me and I'll just fill it in. Yeah, so now I have made a frame layout. Basically I have changed my main component tree from constraint layout to frame layout because I have wanted frames, right? Now, after doing that, I'll again go to design. I want a recycler view. So I'll drag and drop it in the recycler view, right? Next thing that I want is I want to give it an ID. Now, since I have the recycler view, so there, I've given it an ID. And after giving it an ID, you go to your code. This is something that it should look like, right? The recycler view has an ID. I've told the recycler view what its width and height should be. The next thing that I want to tell recycler view is that I also want to do scrolling. I want to do scrolling. So I'll have to tell it. You activate the scroll bars and make sure it's vertical, right? The next thing that I want to tell the recycler view is that there is a certain layout that I want you to follow, and that is called the linear layout manager. Now, don't worry if you don't understand this, and there are a lot of new terms that you are coming across today, but what basically I'm telling the recycler view is that recycler view सुन, मेरे को ना सबसे पहले तो मैंने तेरे को बोला कि I want the whole app in frames, तो और linear layout में मेरे को इसलिए चाहिए so that everything is stacked up in a line, और मेरे को scrolling भी करना है vertical. Done. So I told Android Studio that these are my requirements, do it. Android Studio said cool, done. Okay, moving on. So the next thing, right? The next thing is that since this is a frame layout, and since we want different frames, we want different frames for each of the affirmation. We want different frames for each of the affirmations. I cannot just code that in this file, in the main XML wala thing. Why? Because this is the code file for our main app ka central UI. And if I do that, then a lot of problems arise, right? Your code is not modular. And I'm always using this word modular is just because if you try to do खिचड़ी करने की कोशिश करते हो तो वो खिचड़ी बन के fail हो जाता है. So modular meaning that you keep separate entities, separate components separate, you code them separately, and in the end you merge everything together, right? That's a way of writing clean code, and I think that's a good practice of writing code, right? So for every certain frame, I would want a user interface, right? So मेरे को उसके लिए एक नया XML फाइल क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. So मैं कहाँ जाऊँगा? मैं जाऊँगा resources में, the one I'm toggling. मैं जाऊँगा resources में, मैं जाऊँगा layout में. I'll click on layout. I'll right click and I'll create new layout resource file. You can see the second option, layout resource file. Click that, right? And since this is an item in a list, right? List में चाहिए. Let's just name it list underscore item. Oh, I think. And I'll click OK. जो भी जैसे उसके default settings है वो रहने देना. And okay, now something pops up, something comes across, right? So let's go to code, and you can see that this is in constraint layout. This is in constraint layout. But now one thing that we have to understand is that ये जो list वाला है ना, ये अपना main central नहीं है. So इसमें layout रखना is not logical, or your code will clash. तो मैं बोलूंगा कि मेरा जो सेंट्रल फाइल है वही एक्टिविटी मेन XML है, तो मेरे को इसमें लेआउट नहीं चाहिए. व्हाई? बिकॉज ये जो लिस्ट अंडरस्कोर आइटम है ना, वो मैं एक स्पेसिफिक फ्रेम के लिए डिक्लेयर कर रहा हूँ. सो दैट्स व्हाई ना मैं हटा दूंगा, मेरे को चाहिए नहीं. इंस्टेड मेरे को क्या चाहिए? I want some text to be displayed in that item. Well, I also want images, but first let's just look at text. Let's just look at text, and then we can add images after that. It wouldn't be a lot of problem to add images. First, let us just add some text. I had the code written for it so that we save time. And so what I've essentially done is that I have made a text view. So if I click on split, you can see मैंने basically एक text view यहाँ पे डाल रखा है F8 design में. And basically उस text view को एक ID दे दिया item underscore title, and I've given its dimensions for its width and its height, right? I've said you wrap the content. I think we discussed wrap content last time, but if you still have any doubt, I can explain what it is again, right? So after that, now what you do is that, okay, now you have this ready. Now you have everything ready, but a strong central connection is left. A strong central connection is left in the backend. ठीक है। अब फ्रंट एंड में ये अलग दो चीजें हैं, बैक एंड में डेटा सोर्स अलग, एक मॉडल अलग है, एंड यू वांट अ सिस्टम वेयर यू जस्ट कनेक्ट एवरीथिंग and put everything together, right? So for that you'll have to create another package called adapter, which will sort of basically adapt and bind everything together in a sense, right? So what I'll do is that I'll go to com.example.affirmations in my central package. Why? Because I want to create a new package. So I'll do that. I'll click package and I'll write adapter. I'll write adapter. अब इस adapter में I want a new file, right? I just, if I miss the spelling, right? I want a new file, so I'll click new. I'll click on the Kotlin class and I'll give it a name of item adapter. So what this file essentially will have a lot of our major code. ये file basically करेगा क्या? ये file है ना, is the binding force of everything that we are doing. अब you might ask कि आत्मा ये जो main activity isn't that, अपने सब जो main activity में करते हैं, main activity में क्यों नहीं कर रहे? I would say that इसको main activity इसलिए नहीं कर रहे because this is not the central binding force. This is just binding your different frames, your different items together in one thing and writing the backend code for that, right? Through item adapter, we will be able to actually bring the text to the front end. We'll actually be able to pull out the images to the front, right? We'll just look in a while कि उसमें करना क्या है. So I'll click class, ठीक है? ये item adapter करके कुछ बन गया, right? Now stay with me. The item adapter is a little bit complex, right? So the very first thing that I'll have to do is that I'm going to use something called context. And what is context, I'll tell you, right? So जो curly brackets थे मैंने वो हटा दिए and मैंने दो angular brackets रखे. Now why have I put the two angular brackets? Because before writing the central crux of the class, I want to tell Kotlin and Android Studio कि इस class में क्या क्या होगा, इस क्लास में एसेंशियली क्या क्या होगा वो मेरे को इन लोगों को बताना है. तो सबसे पहला I'll tell that I want something called context, right? Okay. Why did I write private? What is context? I'll tell you. I've written private because that this variable context can now only be accessed by this class. That's why I've written it private. It's private. Right? And why did we do that? I'll come to it in the end when we write the entire code for better clarity. And what is context is that context. So to be honest, even I haven't understood context in a greater depth, and I believe that to understand something that you always look at documentation. So I'll just quickly show you the documentation of context and we'll try to figure it out together. But I think in a sense, what it basically essentially just try to say is that if I want to do, I want to connect multiple things together, it'll help me in doing that. कि affirmations का context लेके मैं data source का context लेके मेरे item adapter में उसको सबको connect करूँगा, essentially, right? And it's an abstract class whose implementation is provided by Android system. It allows access to application specific resources and classes. Exactly, as I said, specific resources and classes, and we can write up calls for it. And it'll helping in launching activities, broadcasting and receiving intents, etc. Right? So I hope what context is clear, right? So okay, so after that what I want is that I want a variable of data set. जो ही मेरा डेटा है वो मेरे को यहाँ पे लाना पड़ेगा ना, तो मैं यहाँ पे एक डेटा सेट का वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर कर दूंगा और यहाँ पे मैं उसको कहाँ से बुला लूंगा, एफर्मेशन वाले मॉडल से, राइट? एफर्मेशन वाले मॉडल से. ओके, आई नीड टू कॉमा हियर, आई गेस आई एम मिसिंग अ कॉमा. सो मैंने यहाँ पे क्या किया कि जो मेरा डेटा सेट का डेटा है ना, वो तुम एफर्मेशंस के मॉडल, और एफर्मेशन के मॉडल में क्या है, स्ट्रिंग का सारा डेटा, वो तुम लेके आओ, राइट? दैट इज डन. Afterwards I'll just say that I want this whole thing to be in the recycler view. Obviously, why? Because we are using the recycler view. The recycler view has sort of lot of parts, adapter, items and things. So recycler view में adapter में इस item को adapt करो. So that is a way of writing item adapter, और उस item के view holder में उसको मेरे को display कराना है. So I'll just right. Now we are getting some error. Item view holder में error. Let's look at the error. What item view holder is that? So it is basically saying that you haven't created that class. I'm right. Yeah. Okay. True. I haven't created that class. So अब मैं इस एक main item adapter के class में I'll create a subclass called item view holder. And what basically I want this class is to have variables, right? So I want it to have a variable called view, because इसमें मैं क्या करूँगा, I'll just pull out views from different things from our app, right? We have two views, एक image view है और एक text view है. So this will just help me in pulling that and bringing things to fruition, right? And after that, obviously मेरे को उसको बताना पड़ेगा कि ये मेरा जो है recycler class, yeah, so this is a recycler view, and make sure you present it in the view holder, right? And what is the view holder? I'll just show you the image for reference again, so that there is clarity. So this is an recycler view का पूरा scenario. Recycler view क्या करता है, एक item को उठाता है, उस item को एक adapter में डालता है. Adapter क्या करता है, उसको एक view holder में fit करता है, sort of like a frame, and then उसको तुम्हारी screen पे बताता है. Let's say I have a blank wall, right? I have a blank wall and I want to decorate it with all the famous quotes and movies and books that I have read and that have impacted me a lot, right? For example, talking about movies and TV series, Band of Brothers, This Is Us, these are a few shows which have impacted me a lot. Talking about books, J. Krishnamurti, and a lot of authors and a lot of people have impacted me in a lot of ways. I want to create a wall with their famous quotes and scenes from the movies, right? So मैं क्या करूँगा, मैं सबकी प्रिंट आउट ले लूंगा और सबको अच्छे से फ्रेम करके मैं उनको वॉल पे सेट करूंगा. So basically रिसाइकलर व्यूअर में ऐसा ही हो रहा है. तुम्हारे आइटम है, तुम्हारी प्रिंट आउट है, तुम्हारा कोट है, उसको आइटम फ्रेम में डाल रहा है अडेप्टर में, और उसको अच्छे से व्यू होल्डर में डाल रहा है, जो क्या करेगा, स्क्रीन पे मतलब तुम्हारे वॉल पे अच्छे से उसको सेट करने में हेल्प करेगा, राइट? I hope that makes sense, and I hope that things are a little clear. But yeah, okay, so moving on. Where were we? Yeah, now we were writing some code, and okay, yeah. So in the item view holder, the image just we saw the view holder, वहां पे मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, इस line of class से ये जो view holder है ना मेरा, उसमें view करके कुछ चीज पास करा देना. अब वो व्यू क्या है, विल हैव टू टेल दैट कि वो व्यू तो कहाँ से लेके आए. सो सबसे पहले तो अपने पास क्या है, सिर्फ टेक्स्ट ही है ना, सबसे पहले तो अपने पास सिर्फ टेक्स्ट ही है ना. सो मैं एक वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर कर दूंगा टेक्स्ट व्यू करके, और उसमें आई विल नाउ डिफाइन माय टेक्स्ट, राइट? आई विल से इस टेक्स्ट व्यू में तुम लोग व्यू उठाओ. कहाँ से उठाओ? फाइंड view by id, and what is our id? It is r.id.item_title, right? और item_title कहाँ से आया? If you remember, हमारे main UI में हमने text के लिए, okay, just a second, हाँ, हमने इसमें एक फ्रेम को item_title की id दी थी ना, तो इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पे उसको बस बोल रहे हैं कि तू item_title को उठा, राइट? तो item_title को उठा, उसने बोला है ठीक है बॉस, मैं उसको उठाता हूँ. After that, okay, we are still getting some error in item adapter. Is not abstract and does not implement the abstract base. Oh, okay, yeah. So it is saying that you have not done a lot of things, and I'm like, boss कर रहे. So अपना अभी क्या बाकी है? So हमने basically थोड़ा बहुत view extract करा लिया, and अभी we want it to do one thing. Is that now we want it to, there is always a main function that you write in a class called onCreate, which basically says that कि जब app खुलेगा, app का creation होगा, तो कुछ चीजें होनी चाहिए. So वही function missing है, right? वही function missing है. And I know this all is very complex, but the idea is कि there is something happening to bring something into creation and fruition, right? And you might say कि आत्मन यार ये तो बहुत tough है, मतलब ये मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा ये क्या लिखा है. And I'm like, okay, don't panic, right? That happens with me even when I was learning. That happens with everyone. But the key thing to remember is that to just follow through, and at the end there is something that will definitely come to clarity, right? So now coming back to this, हमारा on create function लिखना बाकी था, right? So there is a syntax of writing it, and I generally tend to misspell override. Okay, yeah. So the syntax is you write the override function, fun as in function, on create, right? On create view holder, right? And it already gave me a suggestion. Not it already did a lot of things for me, right? So what this basically did was that कि जब तुम्हारा ऐप खुलेगा, when that app is created on create, मैं ये जो recycler view में जो व्यू ग्रुप है ना, उसको मैं बेसिकली उस आइटम को डिस्प्ले करूंगा. आई एम लाइक कूल बॉस, मेरे को वही आइटम डिस्प्ले करानी है बस. वो जो बीच का एडेप्टर था ना, मतलब आई वांटेड टू मेक अ वॉल विद ऑल माय फेमस कोट्स एंड मूवीज इन टीवी सीरीज. तो उसकी जो फ्रेम थी ना, हर चीज की फ्रेम थी ना, तो उसको अच्छे से रखना है ना, मेरे को उसको अच्छे से रखना है वॉल पे. तो बस मैं कोड के थ्रू वही बोलूंगा कि बॉस कोटलिन सुन कि ये जो सारे फ्रेम्स है उनको मेरे को ना ढंग से रखना है. सो वो बोलेगा ठीक है ठीक है. सो आई हैव टू राइट अ कोड ऑफ लाइन फॉर इट व्हाइल आई से कि ये जो अडेप्टर का लेआउट है, जो अडेप्टर का लेआउट है, आई डिक्लेयर अ वेरिएबल और आई से इस अडेप्टर का लेआउट है, you do something, and I'll just copy paste the exact line and I'll tell you what it is so that I just don't, right? Right, there we go. I hope, yeah. So what I've told this thing to do is that कि जो मेरी फ्रेम है ना, जो मेरे को वॉल बनानी थी ना मूवीज और कोड्स की, उस फ्रेम को तू उठा, उस फ्रेम को तू कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, मतलब उसका सारा पूरा तू डेटा एक बार चूज ले. आई मीन तू सारे फाइल्स से और डेटा सोर्स से पूरा यू गेट ऑल द डेटा, एंड व्हाट यू डू इज दैट you now put it in the frame that we created. You now put it in the frame that we created. What was list underscore item? It was this thing that we created. This was list underscore item, right? You put it there. Okay, where was I? Yeah, you put it there, and it'll tell me ki, do you want it to be the parent class? Parent meaning that this is the big deal, this is the dominant thing, right? This is what it is. ठीक है, and I'll say हाँ तो उसको parent बना दे, क्योंकि मेरे ऐप में अभी के लिए और कुछ है ही नहीं, right? तो तू उसको parent बना दे, and don't attach it to the root, right? I don't want it to be attached to the root, right? So now we have created a function, but हमने उस function में कुछ return नहीं किया, right? So it's very important that if the function is not a void function, you return something, right? Say if it's an integer function, if you remember in C++ or C, if we just make a function, main function called int main, नीचे हम लोग return 0 लिखते हैं कि मैं रिटर्न कर रहा हूँ 0, मतलब कुछ नहीं, बट हाँ कुछ रिटर्न कर रहा हूँ. सो यहाँ पे भी ऐसा रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा, बट यहाँ पे अपने को क्या रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा मेरे को. ओके, आई थिंक मैंने स्पेलिंग गलत लिख दिया. मेरे को एक व्यू आइटम रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा. Why a view item holder? Just because this function का टाइप था ना, वो आइटम व्यू होल्डर था. If you remember, function लिखने के बाद डबल डॉट्स करके we write what type it is, integer string. So this was an item view holder function. मैंने उसको रिटर्न कर दिया, उस रिटर्न में मैंने मेरी adapter रिटर्न कर दिया, right? I hope this is making some sense and some clarity. And after that, one last thing as I want to do is that return everything. Return the data. So yeah, return the data. So I think we are running a little short on time. It's almost 5 o'clock. And so now what we did was we created the frames. And हमने वो सबको हमारे वॉल पे रख दिए, बट उसमें डेटा पास कराना रह गया. उसमें डेटा पास कराना रहेगा, उसको बताना पड़ेगा ना कि कौन से फ्रेम में कौन सा कोड जाना चाहिए, कौन से फ्रेम में कौन सा मूवी का स्क्रीनशॉट जाना चाहिए, राइट? वो बताना पड़ेगा ना. तो दिस इज व्हाट यू डू, राइट? बेसिकली जस्ट रिमूव इट. So if we remember, we studied binding last time, we looked at binding. So what this will do is that it will bind the view holder and it will pass the data in it. It will pass the data in it. It'll get that context, it will pass the data, and in the return it will just count कि कितने items हो रहे हैं. That is necessary just to keep a count, right? Okay, cool, done. I think if you, I hope this much is understood, right? I hope this much is understood, right? And now one last thing we'll have to do is that we'll have to make some changes in the main KT file. यहाँ पे तो हमने कुछ किया ही नहीं, यहाँ पे तो हमने कुछ pass किया ही नहीं, right? So the first thing that you will have to do here is that you will have to initialize the data. So what you do is that you declare a variable called, let's say I want to name it data set, or so main KT file क्या करता है? जो main KT file है वो final सब compile करके it's the main tree of the backend, right? तो सबको अपने को merge यहाँ पे करना पड़ेगा ना, it's the final main tree of the backend. So main KT file में what I'll do is that I will there I'll just paste the code because we are a little short on time, right? So what I have done here is that I have told my backend ka main tree, right? The king of all the branches, the main trunk, that, okay, Lord, listen, I want to compile everything, right? So for it, I have these different backend branches. One is this thing called affirmations, jahan pe I've created a model. One is this thing called data source, jahan pe I have referenced my data. One is this thing called item adapter, where I'm telling how the data should interact with the front end and what should happen and 1,000 other things. So listen, the main trunk of the tree, just compile everything up, right? Just bring everything to fruition, just add everything up. So this was why my way of telling it. What I did was key data source say, the file data source say, you first load all the affirmations, you load all the data, and whatever we have decided in the recycler viewer, however I want the design to be. One thing, now I told you that computers are dumb, they generally don't know. So usko pata nahi chalega na ki recycle view kahan hai. So मेरे को उसको बोलना पड़ेगा कि ये आईडी है रिसाइकलर व्यू की, वो रिसाइकलर व्यू है, तो उसको उठा और उसमें ये जो आइटम अडेप्टर का अभी पूरा डिस्कशन किया ना हमने, उसको बॉस तो पास करवा कि जो वॉल में हमारा मेन सब दिखना चाहिए वो कैसे दिखेगा, एंड व्हाटएवर इट हैज सेट इट टू अ फिक्स साइज, एंड ओके डन, राइट? सो लेट्स जस्ट क्विकली रन आवर ऐप एंड सी कि कोई गलती नहीं की है ना, क्योंकि इतना सारा किया एंड पता चला कोई गलती की है, सो ऑल द अदर एफर्ट्स इन द फ्यूचर विल गो इन वेन. So I'll quickly connect my phone and yeah, so okay, yeah, so we are just coming to pictures. So but before the pictures, I thought we just run our app because we have written a lot of code, right? There are a lot of things that have happened, and we still need to add pictures. We need to also style the text. The text is now bland, right? We'll have to also style it a bit. We'll do that. So but first I'll just connect my phone, and you can see in the top that it's showing that my phone is there. I'm not running it on a virtual device because my laptop will crash. That's why I'm running it on a phone. So the first thing that you have to do is build it, basically compile कि जो तुमने कोड लिखा है उसमें कोई गलती नहीं है ना, so say it is building, it is reading all the files, it is reading all the lines of codes and sort of understanding कि boss कहाँ पे गलती तो नहीं हुई ना. So I hope I haven't messed up in some lines, but let's see. Okay, it gave me an error, right? Which line did it give me error? Expecting a top level declaration. Okay, so I guess on line 34, that means there is some problem with the brackets. Is this an extra bracket? Okay, let's now again build it and see. Yeah, so now it's successfully built. There was just an extra curly bracket I had written by mistake. Now let's just quickly run it. So now there's no problem. Let me just quickly run it. It might, you might say कि आत्मन यार इतना टाइम क्यों ले रहा है कंपाइल होने में, इतना रन होने में इतना टाइम क्यों ले रहा है? It takes time. Android Studio takes time. So okay, so now I have my app. I'll just quickly show it to you guys. I hope you can see it. There's only text. Why? Because we have only done everything with the text, and there is just simple text, right? Now you might ask, Atman, this is so stupid. If you just wanted simple text, why didn't you just simply type the text, and why didn't you go to your main design, and why didn't you just drag and drop all the text boxes and you just typed, और फिर हो जाता ना, उसके ऊपर फोटो डाल देते. But again, that is a messy way of doing things. In what sense कि हमको ये पूरा quotes, movie के quotes और books के quotes का एक wall बनाना है. तो ऐसा तो नहीं है ना मैं कागज पे एक कोड लिख के I'll just stick it to the wall and उसके ऊपर मैंने glue से I'll stick it the image. I won't do that ना. I'll create nice frames for it. I'll then create holes to put the screws. Then I'll hang those frames properly. I'll design it that way. I wouldn't just take a random book and tear a page. This page was important and just stick it, right? That's messy way of doing that. So that's why we did go through all the pain of recycler views and frame layouts. And okay, now we come to the main part, the fun part, the exciting part of the images, right? Now you want to add the images. Now how do we do that, right? So if you remember, all the images and image data is essentially added in this drawable, is essentially added in this drawable, in resources in drawable, right? So now Google has provided us with some images. I'll paste the link in the chat. You can download it from there. And yeah, you can download the images from there. A zip file would be downloaded. And so I have already downloaded the images. So there are 10 images because you have 10 affirmations. So now what I want to do is that you can take 30-40 seconds and maybe load up the maybe download the zip file, and then we can proceed further. Yeah. So okay, so now let's proceed with adding the images, right? So as I told you, right, कि ये सारा है ना drawable में जाएगा. क्यों drawable में जाएगा? Because that's a standardized procedure. Android Studio can only understand images from drawables, right? That's what Android Studio understands. So we have to follow its the lady's command. And so I'll just select all the images. So I have now selected the 10 images, and I'll right click and I'll copy. I've copied all the images. Now watch carefully. If I want to paste them in drawable, so I'll select drawable. I'll click on right click and I'll click on paste, right? I'll click on paste and it'll ask me two things. Where do you want it? Do you want it in drawable or do you want it in this thing called drawable v24? I would say no. I just want it in drawable. Simple. I don't want to. What is drawable v24? Is that I think it's just another file for drawables, and it is used in special cases. Well, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but if you have a specific doubt, I can read the documentation and get back. So, but for now, let's just put everything in drawable. I'll select that. I'll click OK, and I'll click refactor. So that means it'll paste all my 10 images here. It'll paste all my 10 images here, right? It'll paste all my 10 images here. Done. Now, the very first thing, when we wanted text, what did we do? We added text here, na? So that we have done. We have added images in the refactor folder. So now all the images are there in the Android Studio. The next thing we did was that we created a data model for it. We created a data model for it because we told Android Studio that there is this thing called text that you're going to see a lot. So I've created a string model for you and you identify all the text from there. Now we'll have to do the same thing for images, right? So I'll just erase this and I'll do the same thing for images. So I'll tell it, since I deleted the text one, I'll tell it कि there is a string resource, right? There is a string resource और उसमें है ना string resource. Do I write ID? Is this spelling res? Okay, yeah. उसमें string resource है which is an integer, you take things from that. So you might ask आत्मन पहले तो हमने कुछ और लिखा था, अभी ये @string res, what is all this? So that is just a more simplification and modification of writing a model. So basically now we have a model for the strings or the text. Now we want something for images. So okay, I'll create a new model and I'll basically write here drawable res, meaning that so what this address is telling that कि ये res फाइल में, मतलब resources फाइल में, तो drawables में जाके तेरे को तेरा वो मिलेगा images, and string res क्या कहता है कि यहाँ पे जाके values में जाके तेरे को string फाइल में से मिलेगा, and यहाँ पे I'll declare another variable for image and I'll call it image resources, or oh sorry, image resource id, and I'll reference it as integer, right? Yeah, there we go. So now we have declared the two models. What was the next thing that we did for a text? We loaded in all the text, right? We loaded in all the text. So that is the same thing now you'll do for images. So ये text आ गए, अब मेरे को उसको image के लिए करना है. So I'll write it कि R is just a way of telling Android Studio that I want some ID to be identified. I actually, in the first session, someone asked me this doubt. I don't remember who, but they asked me that why do we write R? And I sort of I was curious and I looked into it. So the essential meaning, what I understood is that is just a syntax of telling Android Studio that, hey, Android Studio, listen, I want you to recognize some ID. Okay. So, okay, quickly moving on, we then say that ये drawable है and I want पहले एफर्मेशन के लिए मेरे को पहली इमेज चाहिए ना, इमेज 1. इमेज का जो भी नाम हो, यहाँ पे देखो image 1, image 2, image 3, whatever your image's name is. Here I have image 1, image 2. You might also have the same if you've downloaded the same images, right? Yeah, so now I'll have to do it for all the 10 things. So just to save time, I have the code written, and okay, there's nothing to panic. I have the notes and everything. I'll share those notes with you. You can always do the units. So now what I've done is that I have loaded in the images in the backend. Meaning loaded as in तुम लोग तो कहोगे ना कि यार drawables में डाल दिए, but मैं कहूँगा ठीक है drawables में डाल दिए, but अभी तक Kotlin और अपने ऐप को पता नहीं है कि वो drawables में है. तो यहाँ पे बस मैंने उनको बताया कि listen up Android Studio की drawables में ना ये सारी images है, और मेरे को है ना मेरे पहले affirmation के लिए पहली image चाहिए, दूसरी affirmation के लिए दूसरी image चाहिए, so on and so forth. मेरे को ऐसा कुछ randomize नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को I want specific things, right? That is done. So after that, what we did was that we made some changes in the front end, and then we went to the item adapter file. So we'll do the same thing here, right? The very first thing is that we'll make some change here. ये जो अपना item है, अपना जो frame है, मतलब मेरे को quotes वाला पूरा wall बनाना है, उस पे मेरे को quote और उसके साथ image भी डालना है. तो अभी ये जो frame में है ना, सिर्फ text डालने का technique है. Technique as in method, or I wouldn't say a method, but a specification that Android Studio only will say कि अभी तो Atman, you have just told me about text, you haven't told me about image. Now I'll have to tell it about image, right? So since I'm telling it about image, and since I want everything to be in a linear layout, है ना, मेरे को कैसा चाहिए, image text सब कुछ ऊपर नीचे, so मेरे को यहाँ पे उसका linear layout उसको देना पड़ेगा, right? मेरे को उसका linear layout देना पड़ेगा, and there's some boilerplate code that I'll have to write. So I'll just copy paste it to save time. There we go. It is the same. जो पहले था वही है, बस उसमें भी wrapped it around a linear layout. Why? Because as more items were getting added, I had to tell it what sort of layout you will have to follow, what sort of orientation that you'll have to stick to. So I told it to stick it to linear layout. Why? Because I want things to be linear in nature, because it's just a scrollable affirmation app. So if you want to see the photo of the linear layout, I'll quickly show you. This is what the linear layout looks like. There's a parent view, और उसके अंदर you can have multiple views in a linear fashion, right? And okay, moving on. अभी तो image वाला तो डाला ही नहीं, तो अब image वाला डालते हैं, है ना? So let's add in the image view. I'll just copy paste in the code. So यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया है, सबसे पहले मैंने उसको एक ID दी है. सबसे पहले मैंने उसको एक ID दी है. ID देने के बाद उसको मैंने width height का orientation दिया है. you would say कि आत्मा तूने height 194 dp करके कुछ लिखा है and width में match parent there, what is this? Wait, I don't understand, ये मेरे दिमाग के ऊपर से जा रहा है. So I'm saying कि chill, मैं basically क्या कर रहा हूँ, I'll show you through design. ठीक है, ये design दिख रहा है, let me just close this, so मैंने क्या किया, उसका जो width था ना, मैंने उसको बोल दिया कि you match it as per your parent, मतलब you match it as per your screen. और जो height है वो मेरे को I want it to be certain है ना, because I cannot keep it as an entire screen and I cannot keep it very small, so that's why I'm putting it as 194 dp. Now what is dp? It is a unit of specifying size for heavy objects such as an image, and the full form of dp is density pixel. We discussed in the last 2 sessions also, but I'm just repeating for convenience. Okay, now that's it. Now we are done with the front end of the image. But अभी ये main, ये जो बड़ा डॉन है उसको उसमें तो changes करने ना, we have to do a lot of things there. यहाँ पे सब text का ही है. So the very first thing that you do is that ये item holder class में, इस class में you do a change that हमने text view का तो किया था ना. Now you do the same thing for image view, right? You tell the backend to identify an image view, ठीक है, and you say कि ये view variable pass कर रहा है ना, वहां से you find my view by id, और id क्या होगी, obviously r dot id dot item underscore image. item underscore image क्यों लिखा, क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ पे जब उसको image करके बोला front end को कि I want this thing called images in my app, and so as I told you, right, computers are dumb. Android Studio wouldn't understand कौन सी image, what is he blabbering about. So मैं बोलूँगा कि there is this frame that I've created for images and I've given it an ID item image. So what you do is that, listen, is that you pick that item image and you get an understanding of it and you pass the view in it. What was the view? The recycler view and everything that we discussed earlier, right? The next thing that you do is that you make some changes in here. Why here? Because here you have just passed the data for the text. Now you have to actually pass in the data for images now. So I say ki holder dot image view dot set image resource to item dot image resource ID. Okay, heavy stuff. What did I do here? I just said, listen up Android Studio. Now I want you to pass the data into the images in the image wala view. तो तू एक काम कर, तू उस image view को उठा और उसमें जो भी images का data आ रहा है basically pass कर. And how will you identify the images? By the resource ID, right? To identify them by their resource ID. And what is the resource ID? It is, if you remember the model, it is this, right? Basically I'm doing that. Now we are basically now done with the images. Now the images are loaded, trust me. Now just for the final part, just stay with me for 5 more minutes and we'll be done. Is that we need some styling here. ये थोड़ा रूखा लग रहा है, right? Some styling. I'm not saying much, a lot of creativity and lot of stuff, but just a little, so that it's a little calmer to the eyes. So the very first thing is that you open this file. Okay, is that you open this file and you do let's add some padding to 16 dp. Now what is padding? Padding is Vinay, please correct me if I'm wrong, but padding is just a way of telling how the image is to adjust as per what is around it. So there is a final frame of the mobile or the UI, right? There's going to be a lot of text. So I'm just saying कि image के 16 dp मतलब image के 16 density pixels के आजू बाजू थोड़ा gap रखना, in very simple words. And you know if I'm wrong, please do correct me, because there is a lot of padding you see in HTML, CSS and React. So okay, there we go. So I've done that. The next thing that I want to do is that मेरे को text में भी थोड़ा padding और उसका थोड़ा styling डालना है. So मैं text में भी थोड़ा padding डाल देता हूँ. So मैं quickly इसमें padding डाल देता हूँ. इसमें भी मैं डाल देता हूँ 16 density pixels का. And मेरे को text में थोड़ा font भी देना है. I want to give a text some appearance, not exactly a font per se, but certain appearance to it. So there's a line, I'll just select and I'll paste, and I'll tell you why did I do that and what it is, right? So what I've done here is that I've told my text to be of headline 6. Remember, we have different headlines in Word when we write H1, H2, H3, H4, H6. So मैंने बोला मेरे text को बस H6 रखो. And this is a syntax that we have to follow. So there is a very beautiful article that has been written by an I think a Google developer itself, and he talks about styling, he talks about colors, and he talks about texts in Android. So I'll be sure to share this with everyone. And Isme, he has also talked about how to write the code and what should be the size for it. So we were selecting H6, and that's why this is we selected H6 from here, so on and so forth. I'll share the article with you so you guys can go through it. And one last thing is that we'll use this thing called material.io. I think it is unnecessary to use for now, but Google ne bola ki boss use kar lo. This is just some pre-written black box code for much better designs. Now, if I want to do a better design, every time I'll have to take the pain of writing things from scratch and doing a lot and doing this, doing that. So this material.io website says ki Atman, don't go through a pain. We have already basics of code written. So if I wanted a card like this, uska code hai hamare paas. If I wanted a card like this, uska code hai mere paas, so on and so forth. So तू मेहनत मत कर पूरा कोड लिखने का, you just black box it. So I'll be like, cool man, I'll just black box your code. So ये कहाँ पे change करना पड़ेगा material card को? I think yeah, in this itself, you'll because this is our frame, right? So यहाँ पे I'll just add the material card quickly. Material card में there is no extra code written. I'm just wrapping this entire code in a material card. So मैंने यहाँ पे देखो कोड सारा ये जो मेन कोड था उसको सेम रखा, इसको सेम रखा, बस एक बाहर से एक मटेरियल कार्ड में उसको रैप कर दिया. एंड यू लाइक आत्मन ये तो कोड कहाँ से लेके आया, यू नो व्हाई डिड यू राइट स्पेसिफिक दिस, व्हाई डिड यू राइट स्पेसिफिक दैट. आई वुड से व्हाट आई सेड जस्ट नाउ कि material.io वेबसाइट पे आई आल्सो शेयर द वेबसाइट एंड एवरीथिंग, एंड you can find it there. And this is the code that they have given, and to follow, if you black box, it's called black boxing when you just directly use such code. If you black box it from a certain site, then you have to follow whatever the code that they have written. Okay, done. So we are done. We are finished with our app. Now for the final test, let's actually build it first and see that कोई गलती तो नहीं कर दी है ना कोड लिखने में. बिल्ड हो रहा है, एंड उसके बाद अपने रन करके देखेंगे कि it'll take time to build because there are a lot of different packages and there are a lot of different files, although there is not a lot of code and not a lot of files, but still. Okay, so it was built successfully. Now let's run it. I'll open my phone and let's run it. There, I have it, and I'll show it to you guys. Just a second. Is it clear or is it not clear? Is it clear now? So this is the first affirmation, I am strong, in the first image, so on and so forth. See, I can also scroll and I have all my 10 affirmations here. There, done. So I'll share my notes, I'll share the code and everything. I'll share the websites and everything that I've referred. Also the recording would be shared so that you guys can refer it. So okay, that was it. That was from my side. Thank you everyone for being till the end, and that's the end of the sessions that we are going to take for Android Study Jams. But note, this is not the end of Android Study Jams. Android Study Jams will finish on 10th January. And if you want a certificate, make sure that you complete the entire track, the 6 units that they have. And if you have any doubts, feel free to write in the WhatsApp group and ask in the WhatsApp group. Also, there is no such question as a bad question. I am also learning with you guys on the way. So it will be an amazing learning opportunity for me. And I think, yeah, that's the end of today's session and all the sessions that we're going to have. You follow us on social platforms so that you get to know about the next. There's a lot planned ahead. There are a lot of cool things that we're going to do. So you guys get to be a part of it. And that's it for today's session. If you have any doubts, feel free to stay and ask your doubts. Other than that, That's it. That's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you. I'll just stop my screen share. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask, and or anything you'd like to share, something. And thank you. That's it, guys. You can